Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. I am absolutely pumped to deliver this episode because we got so much juicy stuff to discuss. New subscription service, Nintendo Chaos, and of course, Switch Online gets its update. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you are having a fantastic Friday, getting ready for your weekend wherever you may be. And let me tell you that I got videos coming throughout the holiday weekend. So stay tuned here. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy. It's the best way to support the channel. Also leave a comment because I love to hear from you. And Nintendo, I think they're going to be hearing from a lot of us. All right, so let's dive straight in. Let me know if you experienced this absolute cluster disaster yesterday. Nintendo released the Xenoblade 3 Collector's Edition. And before, when they released it, the store was just jank. It couldn't load, people couldn't check out, it was a problem. So they're like, we'll bring it back at a later day, sorry. Then they brought it back yesterday and it had the exact same problems as if they fixed nothing. Now, the big issue here stems from the fact that Nintendo is only exclusively selling the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collector's Edition through their online store. You can't buy it at Best Buy, you can't grab it on GameStop.com, Amazon will not deliver it to your door same-day service as long as you purchase $25 worth of products. This is a very weird scenario where one of Nintendo's biggest launches of the year has a cool collector's edition that is incredibly hard to get. Even harder because the website doesn't work, and that has caused eBay prices to skyrocket to already over $300. Keep in mind, this is a $90 collector's edition, already $300. Everything is just so freaking expensive these days. Everything. Inflation is just, whether it's like ego inflation from people scalping, whether it's just prices, it's just up. So if you are a big Xenoblade fan, kind of a rough situation, let me know if you partook in yesterday's online. It's fixed, but actually it's the exact same thing. All right, now let's also talk about Nintendo's Switch Online service, which has gotten a lot of fixes this year. I think we need to raise the roof for Switch Online, especially that expansion pass, because expansion pack, pass pack. I always get those confused because you have like the course booster pass and then the expansion pack, and it was the expansion pack like back in my actual N64 era, but then I get confused, am I remembering that, or is that what they called it new? Pass and pack, they're like interchangeable effectively, but Nintendo has added to it, all right? Is it the Game Boy update? No. Is it new N64 update? No. Is it the Mario Kart update? No. It's a random smorgasbord of Sega Genesis games because Nintendo always knows how to disappoint us. I mean, this is a fine collection of game. Comic Zone is all right. I've played that before. And Mega Man The Wily Wars is like a collection of original Mega Man games that are already available on the other ways to play them on Nintendo Switch, but okay, whatever. They also dropped Target Earth and Zero Wing, which I've never heard of and have no idea if they're quality or not. The Genesis library continues to expand. The N64 library is currently on pause, and the Game Boy library can't come soon enough. I hope this is just like the beginning of the storm, right? The calm before the storm, because I knew they'd do something with Switch Online. I knew we'd start getting Twitter reveals without the main direct, but this is not what I wanted to see. I mean, at least they're updating regularly, but we need to know what's actually coming from Nintendo, because this is the not Nintendo part of Nintendo Switch Online. This is the Sega Switch Online component, which to me is the least exciting. I know there's a lot of big Genesis fans, but they don't have Aladdin, they don't have The Lion King, so what are we even doing here? The main reason we're here, though, is to discuss Nintendo's new subscription service. This blew my mind. All right, I woke up this morning real early, checking Twitter. You never know, it's July now. They could drop a new piece of hardware. They did it 2 Julys the last 4. All right, they could do it. But instead they announced a subscription service. And we've been talking about Nintendo and subscription services because of Xbox Game Pass and all the fun that they have over there. And then PlayStation Plus Extra and Sony trying to gather together their own service. Nintendo has the expansion pack, pretty cool, but it's not the same. So I see new Nintendo subscription service announced and revealed. I'm like, dude, they're doing big things. No direct, but they're doing big things. And this is the weirdest subscription service ever, but it's actually kind of great. And it's actually really fan friendly. And it's actually maybe something that some of you, maybe a lot of you, maybe all of us should have. All right, so it is called Wide Care. And this Nintendo Switch subscription is basically a way to safeguard yourself from Nintendo's flaws, which sounds really sad, but it's sort of true. This is a new repair subscription service, which I don't think I've ever seen. I don't know, maybe some other industry has it, like a blender or a stroller. I don't know, but definitely I've never seen this for video games. You can pay $1.50 a month or $15 a year for Wide Care, which is gonna allow you to repair your dock, your Switch Lite, your Switch OLED, and your drifting, dirty Joy-Con that Nintendo cannot, will not, something not fix. The everlasting drift problem is one of the most problematic problems Nintendo Switch will ever face. Nintendo as a whole will ever face. We as gamers will ever face. But for $15 a year, you can safeguard yourself. And I think that's a great deal because this is not like a bunch of other scheming services trying to snatch your cash, because it covers accidental damage and it covers water damage. So it's not just breakdowns that naturally occurred because the product is flawed, which it is, but it's also water damage and accidental damage, which to me means you can do just about anything to those Joy-Con and Nintendo should cover it with Wide Care. That's why it's wide, all right? It covers all their problems, of which I guess the drift means there's a lot. Now, it does not say that it includes Pro Controllers, and I know some people have Pro Controller drift, but in case you have another problem, like your dock has a busted port or the AC adapter shorts out, or the Switch itself, I don't know, could a dead pixel be covered? Probably. Could a screen issue be covered? Probably. Could something with the fans be covered? Probably. Accidental damage means you drop that Switch and shatter a piece of it, and they will cover it. Now, this is nowhere near as exciting as a game subscription service, but I honestly think this could be valuable for people. $1.50 a month, and look, the kicker is, unlike a lot of other care subscription services like Apple Care, you can pick this up at any time. So it's not when you buy the console, it's not like a 60-day countdown clock, it's like at any moment you can grab this. So your Joy-Con drift, boom, $1.50, I'm in. Now they say you're allowed up to $738 or 100,000 yen worth of repair costs per year. So that's like 2 full systems and a Joy-Con set. Or that's like honestly getting your Joy-Con repaired 10 times, which is pretty cool. Now, you're only allowed 6 repairs a year, so I guess 6 Joy-Con repairs. But the likelihood that your Joy-Con drift and get fixed 7 times is probably unlikely. They do limit it to 2 total replacements of the console, so you can't be like, chucking your Switch into the pool, just because it's Friday. You have to be a little bit careful. I know those old videos of like driving over a Game Boy are fun, but you can't do that. Well, you can do it twice, but after that, you got to be careful. This service is super neat. Now, it's starting off in Japan, and I pray it comes to other regions, because drift is a universal disease. Drift is a problem that plagues the entire globe, and honestly, this is something that I think is smart, worthwhile, valuable, and consumer friendly. Subscribe at any time, includes accidental and water damage, $1.50 a month. I like it. Let me know, would you subscribe to Wide Care if it releases in your region? Because I think at $15 a year, that's probably cheaper than any amount of time or resources or money or things or compressed air that you would buy to try and fix the Joy-Con yourself, and you don't have to worry about it. They'll do it and make sure it's good. You don't mess it up, don't void any warranties, and you're set. Plus, you can repair your console if you do decide, one time, throw it in the pool. So I'm down with Wide Care, and it makes you wonder, like Nintendo, they're being a little bit more branched out, right? They're trying to be a little bit more cool, a little bit more modern. What else could they introduce? Themes? What else could they introduce? Game Boy Advance? What else could they introduce? A General Direct? Maybe. One day. Nintendo will always be weird, but stuff like this, I don't know. It gives me strange hope that they do get it, because this is focusing clearly on the drift issue that has been a problem for 5.5 years now, and Nintendo has kind of acknowledged we won't fix it. So now they will for $1.50 a month, which, man, that's a nice price. Now, I asked you guys about something less nice in the poll about your least favorite household chore, and I was thinking this because last night I was doing the dishes and it just didn't end. You know how that goes? Where you're like, okay, it looks manageable. This is 20-minute job. It's like, oh my gosh. All the little measuring cups take forever. All the knives take forever. The sponge is getting all grated and grody. Ugh. So I want to know your least favorite chore. Dishes, vacuuming, laundry, dusting, straightening, garbage, recycling. Everybody's down with the vacuuming. We pushing that thing, getting the carpet all plumped up. Dishes are the one nobody likes. 46% think dishes are the worst, but I'm gonna veer and pick dusting and straightening because that does not have a finite end. Whenever I was asked to dust or straighten as a kid, or whenever I try to do that now, it is a long project, okay? It doesn't have a beginning and an end. It's just permanent. You're always straightening. You're always tidying. You're always dusting. You're always cleaning. Dishes, boom. Once they're done, unless someone has a late night snack, you're good, right? Garbage recycling, it's out there. Laundry, boom, boom, folded, hung up, you're good. But that straightening, it's ever present. Sort of like Joy-Con drift. It's the plague that affects the entire house, like Joy-Con drift affects the entire world. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay tuned for the videos. Be safe out there with the holiday coming up in the United States and everywhere else you may be. Also be safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive. I love you guys a lot. And until next time, thanks again. SwitchForce out.